Hi, I'm Leathur Rokk. How are you guys doing today? I hope that I am going to be able to successfully live today. First, happy Insurrection Day to those who celebrate it. And if you're not amused, you must be a Democrat. And you know my tabby boy is right here. So I'm filming this from a brand new computer. I got for Christmas, some of my aunts and uncles went through their computers and they wiped clean some pre-existing equipment they had. And what I'm actually filming this from right now is a laptop. I would like to show you what it actually looks like. Let me do this. This is what, but that said, it only has 4 gigabytes of memory. So it's a tablet here. This is what a Amazon Fire tablet looks like. And I have been using this little easel thing to work with it. I find that they have kind of, to show you guys. This is a tower, which is obviously part of the computer system, but I still need to come up with a monitor and and this is from a company I've never heard of. When I first saw the IT, I thought of Texas Instruments. Guess I'm dating myself there. So the snow that we had finally melted, but supposedly later on tonight we're supposed to get another snowstorm. And it took so long for things to get quote unquote back to normal after that little bit of snow we had, which I think was something like 7 or 8 here in the city, and probably even more. And a lot of people that are really taking that they medically know how to do. And it just seems like this is really making its rounds. So I've already known, I must know at least 8 or 9 people who have. This is my New Year hat. Oh, oh, I got this in the casino. I was walking through Caesars and Bowie's a couple of days ago. So I had actually intended to finally make my way down to Tropicana Sportsbook to catch Steelers in a Browns game. But after being out in that snow, and you can actually forget how cold it is and how wet it is, and when it's blowing on your face, and you're thinking, man, it kind of sucks. I mean, it looks beautiful and all that, but especially if you're worrying about falling and breaking electronics you happen to be carrying, or I was trying when the snow is hitting at you like that, and I'm trying to keep that screen clean and dry, and I haven't learned any way to edit on the tablet. In some ways, the tablet seems like it has more computing power than this computer does, but everything is really, really, really slow on this. And if I can, I would like to swap the 4 gigabyte memory for at least 8 gigabytes. And another weird thing about this laptop, and I hope that in the off chance that any of my family is watching this, I never want to seem ungrateful. I seem to have a running joke of a problem with technology. You know, I've had computers since 2007, and they're just, you don't know where trouble they are until you don't have them. You have aren't good enough. But I also want, I noticed one of the things that's weird with this is that it can never be unplugged. Whenever you unplug it, it makes a weird sound, almost like an alarm sound. So, but apparently it was not cost effective enough to buy another battery, especially for this, whatever this kind of machine is. It says it's a gateway, but inside it seems to think it's a Lenovo. So I don't know exactly what it is, but if I had use of a battery, then I could take it outside and I could film with it. But without a battery, obviously that's not possible. And I have the good clip-on camera where I tried filming with the built-in webcam. There didn't seem to be any sound in it. So, but hopefully, at least if I can successfully go with this live, it won't be cutting me off at 20 minutes like what this tablet does. And it drives me absolutely bonkers. First time it cut me off is what, you know? So, but at least by having enough assortments of equipment I have, I'm still able to work some day job. Bracket device, a tripod device that holds my tablet, so I can use that straight up exactly for filming. And it doesn't have to be too heavy and sturdy because I probably mostly be using around stay up and down by themselves. So, and they also have tripods that hold laptop computers, but they cost a good 60 or 70 bucks. So usually for a laptop computer, it stands up like this anyway, so I can set them on anything if I need them to be on a higher space. So, were any of you lucky enough to be in Washington, D.C. a year ago today? I was supposed to be there. I really was. I even had one of my acquaintances who had a truck at the time, and he said, let's go to Washington, D.C. But you know, the vaccines were not available for anybody at that time. And in New Jersey, quarantine, and I had already been told by my family if I went out of the state, then I would have to quarantine for a 2-week period uh, someplace outside the house before coming home. And I didn't have another place to do that. And it's probably just as well I didn't go because knowing me, I would have been carrying my laptop around the halls of Congress because, first of all, I wouldn't have probably tried to go in there, but if there was a friendly cop or something putting his hand over the barricade saying, come on, honey, come on over. If you're going to invite me inside, I'm going to come inside. If you're going to say, yeah, want to take a picture, want to take a selfie, want to interview me for the YouTube channel, damn right, I'm going to do it. And you know where I'd be right now? That I've had a number of friends that did go, and they must have kept their heads pretty low, and they were probably stayed far back behind that they were away from where any of the let's just say excitement was. You know, because I had a place to stay out there and everything, but with this COVID and everything, I wasn't going to take any chances with getting evicted from my apartment or from getting my mother sick or anything. You know, and having to deal with getting your ass beat by Antifa thugs and stuff, you know. And now and I keep on thinking maybe this COVID's going to be close to being in a rearview mirror, but now then the Delta thing, and now this Omicron thing, which Omicron doesn't seem to be as bad, but it seems to be a lot more contagious, and yet uh, not everybody that's getting it is having the mildest symptoms. So, you know, like all I could do is try to be as responsible as possible. But I mean, I don't really, it's too crappy and cold now to really go out too many places, you know. But then again, we're supposed to be getting snow again soon, which the one nice thing about it, when it's falling and stuff, it really does cut down on a lot of the noise outside and the people that are just physically unable to hang around being idiots. So it's so strange. I mean, certain things that are going on around here you just cannot make up. Like the neighborhood, in some aspects, has gotten a little bit better lately. I think some of it's a combination of the holiday spirit, and some of it is maybe some people recently, I'm guessing, I don't know, but I get the feeling that there's some people that recently got released out of prison or something, and they're back home, and so they're kind of they're not familiar faces in the neighborhood because they've been away for a while, and uh, they well, anyway, it's just some interesting things are going on where I think they have told some of the bad people to chill out a little bit on some of the things that are going on here. Things don't seem to be as bad every day, but still gets kind of noisy sometimes. Uh, so, and oh, what else did I want to tell you? The cats uh, got treated pretty well from the some other family members. They got some more catnip toys and things like that. And my mother got a nice big fuzzy blue robe that's made of one of that. It's made of that kind of like blanket kind of material, really cuddly and stuff. So, and we got a big box of coffee, a collection of coffee uh, by a company called Black Rifle Coffee Company. They're quite excellent. I got to try some of their coffee a couple of months ago, and I was really impressed. And I have even more different kinds of flavors of it now. And they seem like they're a really great company. They support veterans and first responders and police charities and things. And um, every single thing I've tried from them has been really wonderful. I know there's something else that I wanted to mention. Oh, what do you think of my hair color? Doesn't it look a lot better now that I finally refreshed it? As you could see, I didn't do anything with the roots. Didn't bother bleaching them out. Some hair growth supplements, which I'm not convinced that they've done any good yet, because like your hair still breaks off when you brush it and stuff. But yeah, I had to do. I was making me look like I was just letting myself go and stuff, and you know, while it perfectly could be understandable considering it's the winter time and everything, still I don't like it. But another thing I wanted to get a stand-up microphone. Uh, goes in and out, or a really decent laptop, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to replace the memory and stuff myself. And since I don't have the Geek Squad Total Tech support anymore, I mean, I really appreciate being able to just take in my electronics and have them do whatever and stuff. I really was quite a luxury, but it was still kind of a hassle getting a 4 zone ride. And the more zones, the more bus fare it would be and everything. Just so I would wait until I actually had another reason to go out there, and just it actually still ended up costing a lot of money. It really did. I realized I could have bought a couple of new computers just based alone, just based on how much I was paying for the tech support every month. $22 a month adds up, definitely. Um, so yeah, I almost didn't think I was going to get on today. I knew that uh, I was supposed to have a video coming up today, and it was just so hard for me to motivate. I was just really tired, and I did have a cold a couple of days ago, and I had I didn't have a sore throat or anything, but it was a little bit scratchy, and I had a little bit of a cough. And I was kind of on the tired side, but I didn't have a fever or any of the other symptoms. I didn't have any of the stereotypical COVID symptoms. And I've been reading every article on the subject I could find. And it didn't seem like I had any of those new symptoms or anything. So, but, oh, I have a bit of predicament. I have an at-home, in-home COVID testing kit I got in the mail. And I thought that it would really be neat to do a self-test on video. I'm sure there's still a lot of people that have never had a test and are curious about the experience. And whenever I go into any healthcare facility, because everybody's concerned about medical privacy and everything, they never allow any filming to go in on these facilities. So, but meanwhile, in order for me to take this test, I'm supposed to call up and do this Zoom thing because I'm supposed to have a witness. And the thing is that every state laws are different, and I am pretty sure that the state of New Jersey is one of those states that you can't be talking on the phone with somebody and having the conversation recorded without them, all the parties knowing about it. And if, say, I was on a Zoom call with a medical person and I was filming this way, I think I would still have to tell them. And then, of course, they would have a right to say yes or no. The thing is that I don't know any other way to film my doing the test. And anyway, I can't do, if I were depending on what I actually use for the filming, I might have to have somebody like my mother press buttons on me and have her do things ahead of time and stuff. And again, there might be ethical considerations, and I certainly don't want to get kicked off of YouTube for doing something shady. So, but I would be curious to take that test, or maybe I should just see if I can't get another test and then do one uh, over the Zoom thing like I'm supposed to, and that way at least I'll be familiar with the procedure. Because it seems to me you need a lot more than one test. Look at all the different times that a person can be exposed to a venereal disease or something. And I'm sure every time you go to the doctors, you get more tests and everything to see about recent exposure and things. So I'm sure that there needs to be the wherewithal for people to have lots of COVID testing. And since I think that that would definitely be something interesting to show for the channel, I think it's important to let people feel better about the choices they have in helping to keep themselves safer. And especially if I'm sharing accurate information, then I can't imagine getting in trouble with anybody. According to this, I've already been filming for like 21 minutes now. So, you know what? Let me grab another cup of tea. Hold on a second. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I'm really thirsty. I can't help it. See if it's starting to snow. No, not yet. Oh, I was playing around with the tablet last night, and I'm pretty new to this whole concept of apps because usually apps are things that are used for cell phones, but they have them that are specifically for tablets also. And I downloaded the Fox News Channel app, and I haven't had TV on since the new year because my power strip it has space for like at least six different things to be plugged in, but only three of them work. And I always have to have one of my fans plugged in because things still get overheated sometimes. But only one of the plugs underneath my clothes closet here works. So I need to have the TV can't be plugged in there anymore since the computer is plugged in there now. And the computer, I already explained to you, I can't unplug this computer because if I do, so that I have something to plug the TV in. So I have not been watching any television since the as a result. And I'll admit I have other screens to keep me occupied. So it's not killing me or anything, but still it will be nice for me to get that situation so it's everything that needs to be plugged in has a plug for it. And because yeah, normally, but if you can't watch Fox News Channel on your TV, the Fox News app really does give you a lot of. They have this digital platform. What they do is they break installments, news things into 2 and 3 minute videos, uh, and they give you like a certain subject of being covered by somebody you're familiar with, but in these really short forms. So, but anyway, that was something I was playing around with last night. I could not sleep all last night. I just even when it was finally I did everything that I needed to do and I was finally ready to go to bed. I just was not tired. I just did not. I don't think I may have fallen asleep for like maybe an hour, but that's it. I just did not have any need for any rest. I can't explain. So, all right, I don't want to let this go too long, but at least I was able to get this equipment to work well, and I wanted you to know what was up with the latest tech situation. I think when I am looking for equipment for this, I always wanted a backlit or a rainbow backlit keyboard. They sell them for gamers so that they can have special keys could be activated like hotkeys for different things. But not people that are even people that are not really in the games like keyboards like that. Because first of all, you can use color coding for anything you want. Second of all, having a backlit keyboard is really wonderful when you want to turn your lights down, and that way you can still see what you're doing. I had a backlit keyboard a couple of years ago, and it was such a convenient thing. I didn't have to have my overhead light on. I didn't have to have a lamp on. So I didn't have to give away the fact that somebody was up to the neighbors and stuff. And the backlit keyboard just makes it so much easier to read things, and also it protects you from the glare. Late at night, you don't necessarily want real bright lights in your eyes and everything. It just makes it so much more comfortable. So, but I'll have to see what all I could do with this, and I'm probably going to have to get a better laptop so that I can carry something around. As much as I thought that I would really be able to use the portability of a tablet, if I can't do any editing with them, and you saw what happened when, I mean, I can't just be posting a 20-second and especially when it's not even an edited video. So I'm going to, I really do like the convenience of being able to carry an open clamshell computer for filming and stuff. I kind of really like the ease of operation with that. Okay, I am going to um, shut down. I'm getting really overheated here. And let's go, Brandon.